Yeah, buddy.
I gotta slow down.
Best day, worst day.
What?
We're all gonna puke if we keep drinking like this. So we should slow things down with a game. I pick best day, worst day.
Never heard of it.
Because I just made it up.
What are the rules?
Everybody tells a story of their best day ever, and the best storyteller doesn't have to drink. Then everybody tells a story of their worst day ever, and the best storyteller doesn't have to drink. Then we keep going with second best, third best, till one of y'all quits.
And what makes you think it'll be one of us?
Because I'm the best storyteller and the best drinker. You start, Pudge.
Can't be that good if you have to think about it.
Shut up, Colonel. You know what? Today was my best day. I woke up next to a very pretty Hungarian girl and had a cup of shitty instant coffee and some Cheerios without any milk. And then I went on a walk with Takumi in Alaska, and we skipped rocks across a creek, which sounds lame, but it wasn't. And it wasn't too hot or too cold, you know? Like it is now, with the light coming in through the windows. Those long shadows and that soft, warm light that you get when the sun is only just setting. Everything looks better in that light. That's how everything looked today. I mean, I didn't really do much. I just hung out with you guys. But yeah, that's it. Best day of my life.
You think I'm pretty?
I've got you beat. January 9th, 1997. I was 8. My mom and I went to the zoo, and she liked the monkeys, and I liked the bears. Best day.
That's it?
Lame.
I liked Alaska. I like the monkeys too.
Let's hear yours.
Okay, it's easy. First day, I come here, and our flight arrived, and we were reunited with aunts and uncles, and my parents were so happy. I knew English, and my parents didn't. And for all this time, I always felt like their little baby, but for once, I actually felt like they needed me. They didn't speak English, and I did, you know, so I had to like order food and do tax and immigration forms and everything. But my parents were happy, and my family was happy, and I was so happy.
Alright, I already lost because my best day was when I lost my virginity. And if you think I'm going to tell you that story, you're going to have to get me a hell of a lot drunker than this.
Do you guys want to know my best day?
That's the game, Colonel.
My best day hasn't happened yet, but I know about it. I see it. I dream it. I'm gonna buy my mom a big fucking house. And not just like any house, out in the countryside or something. It's gonna be right in the middle of a mountain brook. I'm gonna drive her out there myself. I'm not even gonna get her a mortgage or anything. I'm gonna buy that house, cash money. I'm gonna walk her right up to that front door. She's gonna look up at it. 2 stories, white picket fence, if it works. And I'm just gonna hand her the keys and say thanks. I owe that woman so much. That'd be my best day. I know it.
Shit. You win that round.
So, worst day?
Colonel, you go first.
My worst day's definitely got to be when my dad left. He was cheating on my mom, and she found out. So naturally they got into a huge fight, and she was real pissed, and then he hit her. So she kicked him out of the house, and he just left. But I was at school when it happened, and she never really told me the full story. She just said that Dad had left, and he's never coming back. I just like waited and waited by the phone, hoping that he would call, and he'd just say, hey, this was all a big misunderstanding, and you know, everything was fine, he'd be coming back. But he never did call. Not even to say goodbye. That's definitely got to be my worst day.
You definitely got me beat again. My worst day was in 7th grade when Tommy Hewitt pissed on my gym clothes. and then the gym teacher said I had to wear them or I would fail gym for 7th grade. I mean, there are worse things to fail, right? I mean, 7th grade gym class. But it was a big deal then, and I was crying, and it was embarrassing, and he just yelled and yelled until I had to put on these piss-soaked clothes. And that was the day that I stopped caring about other people and what they thought, and caring about, you know, having been a loser or having no friends or anything. So maybe it was a good thing in a way, but in the moment it sucked. I mean, imagine me playing volleyball in pee-soaked gym clothes while Tommy Hewitt tells everybody what he did. That was terrible. Yeah, that was the worst day.
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, well, why don't you tell me yours so I can laugh at your pain too?
My worst day was probably the same as my best. Yes, I got a new home, but I also left my old one. I left everything. It sounds dumb, but I feel like I left my childhood. I mean, most 12-year-olds don't have to, you know, figure out a W-2 form.
What's a W-2?
Exactly.
Your turn, Jakumi.
June 9th, 2000. Worst day of my life. My grandmother died in Japan. I was supposed to leave and go see her 2 days later, but instead she was in a car accident. I was gonna spend my whole summer with her, but I flew over for her funeral. That was the only time I ever really saw her, you know, apart from, like, photographs. She was just on this, like, funeral pyre, or whatever. And that was the only time I saw her, right before they burned her up. So, that was my worst day.
Well, there's no clear winner yet. You're up, buddy.
The day after my mom took me to the zoo, when she liked the monkeys and I liked the bears, I came home from school and she gave me a hug and told me to do homework. I went to my room and she stayed in the kitchen. And then I heard her scream. I came running out. I was 8. I didn't know what the fuck to do. And she was laying on the floor, holding her head and like jerking. And then she stopped. And I thought she fell asleep or whatever hurt her wasn't hurting anymore. So I just sat there and waited until my dad came home, screaming, "Why didn't you call 911?" and trying to give her CPR. Well, I just sat there and watched. But by then she was plenty dead. Aneurysm. Worst day. I win. You drink.
I'm sorry.
How come you never told us?
Never came up. Give me the wine.
President William McKinley. He was the 3rd president to get assassinated.
And?
After he was shot, he lived for a few days. And at the tail end of things, his wife started screaming, "I want to go too. I want to go too." And with his last measure of strength, McKinley turned towards his wife and he said his last words. "We are all going."